Coming off of that new Galaxy Eyes card, just how is the market doing? You guys smash the little crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. So I figured we would dig into how is Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon doing, because we just got the new Galaxy Eye monster that is able to actually toggle into this. And, you know, this actually pretty much surprises me. There are actually mod plays still on the market for this for $37, which is crazy to think about. That a ghost rare like Galaxy Eyes still does exist in capacity. But I mean, if you want to play anything with this deck, I mean, you're very much forced to play the Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Now, obviously, you know, we can hit mod play first for $50 whole. And then as we kind of continue up, I mean, you hit a 55 with $8 shipping, a 70, a 75. You do escalate on up pretty quickly for this. Now, for sales, Near Mint just sold for $140 about a week ago, which I'm not surprised to say that, but, you know, a lot of people are going to look at mod plays and so forth just as an opportunity to be able to have and to play this. And of course, you have the German version from the Advent calendar, the super weird rarities. There's only one listing for $100. Realistically, is this going to sell? No, the last sale was actually 3 days ago at $19. So you're not going to spend, you know, this absurd amount of money on that because it's just not realistic to be up to, you know, course for that. And then, of course, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Primal. This does not surprise me to see that these are disappearing from the market right now for collector's rares. Because right now you are looking at about $24 on up to $20. I mean, you do eventually see this escalation going up, but here's the problem. What few listings do exist for these are very, very small and in between, and you're only on 14 listings. I do hate to say this, but you might be facing a time here where Tachyon is eventually going to disappear off of the market for the rarity that it has. Now, I mean, obviously, you shift down to low rarity. You know, lower rarity is still coming in about $5. So this is one of the few times that you look at the $20 and change version, and then you look at, you know, the $5 version, you kind of might want to consider the alternative here. You know, I don't know how good Galaxy Eyes anything is going to be right now, but that's not the point. It's just all about preparation and making those key decisions on what is coming. All right, Toon briefcase. Oh my God. So where do you want me to begin with Toons? I've already seen some really good boards with Dark Magician of Destruction. I am not going to be able to, we're not going to be able to playtest the deck until we get like the last two cards, but I almost guarantee you we are probably going to have a Toon segment eventually on the playtesting side of things. Right now, from what I can put together, the top high-end Toon briefcase, the ultra rare, this thing is really, really expensive. This is $20. Now, obviously, it does have sales, which is crazy, but there's already like very few of these up in the market as it was. And then it gets, you know, a little bit more realistic. I mean, supers are a couple dollars. The ultra purples are a lot of money. You can get some green berries for like $2, which is probably the better one. And there's a damaged blue version. So I don't know Toon briefcase numbers that you would want to be playing within the deck because I'm not entirely sure on that variance myself, but keep an eye on this because this is what we're dealing with right now. Now, of course, Toon Dark Magician, I talked about the top of the line for this. Unfortunately, Speed Duel Prize Pack is going to be the most luxurious and most exciting rarity that this card is going to have to offer right now to the player base. I don't like saying that because that's troublesome, but $140. And you know the crazy part is, you had people, this card moves all the time. As you can tell over like the last 4 months. Yeah, I mean, if you bought these back in December last year, congratulations, they were $30-$40. You won the game. Now their last sale was $75 and they've gone up. Now the problem with this card is still going to be the following. The short print common, $15 All right, you look down here, $15. Super rares for 12s. Like, this is actually unrealistic to think about. But this card probably will receive a reprint. Toon Dark Magician and Toon Red Eyes are like the last two Toon cards that have any sort of actual craziness about them. And that's really saying something about the current state of how things are with these cards. And then, of course, the Mimikat from DRL2 has just been cratered off of the market. $17, $23, $24. We have just exceeded like my physical expectations for this card. Now, luckily enough, I mean, this card does have alternatives. Legendary Duelist rares. I mean, I know, right? $3. You've got the DRLG versions, which are 3s. And then, of course, the Speed Duel decks. These are also 2 to 3s. This is one of the few times that those Speed Duel cards, you know, those niche cards are actually going to be paying off in those rarities because people are going to be wanting to have these. And at least, you know, it's a stable reprint. Instant Fusion. This was not on my bingo sheet, honestly. First of all, $140 for an Instant Fusion. Do we actually have sales to back this up? You have one sale. The highest sale is $100 for this. It looks like over the last month, 2 months, we've been kind of seeing this roll through at like $55-ish. And then you do eventually hit the $85 mark, and then people were just wanting to pick them up over time. Now, luckily for us, when you search Instant Fusion, you do get to see this really nice QCR that is such a great alternative to you to pick up. You know, you don't have to feel crazy about these higher rarity cards because you do have this beautiful alternative to you. These are currently sitting at a nice $18, and we do not have to feel crazy about this. And you know what? That's a good thing by me. I am happy to successfully report that we do have some successful alternatives available in the space here for Instant Fusion. Card of Sanctity, Lost Millennium. This is actually very interesting to me. We only have 4 listings left for first eds, which shouldn't be surprised to say that, but it's only $25 for a card of this stature and just collectability. I think that's kind of cool. Chaos Emperor Dragon Platinum rares. Oh boy, you already know. If there's a Platinum rare running around, it's usually doing something. But this one's actually not doing too bad. It's just we have 17 listings. We got a little bit of an uptick, and we have a good track record of sales. I mean, this thing's pretty consistent over the last couple of weeks of people picking them up 1 to 2 copies a day. Now, I don't know if players are running out playing cookie cutter chaos format. I don't know if people have just seen the new chaos stuff. You know, I don't know what the mentality with this one is, but this is just kind of something to keep in the back of your mind and go, oh, okay. Platinum rares. Stardust Dragon from the tins from 2008. A near mint copy of this. I love all the Korean versions. You're solidly looking about $29 right now, which I'm not surprised about that. Ending on up to the $32, $35, $40 mark, and they just kind of continue to uptick. I don't know, it's pretty interesting. We also have the German Advent Calendar version. I know you got to see 2 Advent Calendar cards. This Advent Calendar set from 2011, I think, remains undefeated for the WTF factor for what it is. $50 frickin' dollars, man. $30 is your last sell back on 12/11. Yeah, no thanks. And then, surprise, Armory Arms doing Armory Arm things again. $9 for the lowest listing, but then on up to 12, and it just kind of goes up. Isn't that interesting? You know, for as many versions of this card as it actually has, it's pretty consistently expensive across the board. Like, the Hidden Arsenal version has done its job. It's going back up in value. So, what a market. I don't know what else to say. I'm a little bit curious to know where things are going to go from here, but, you know, please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. And you guys have a good rest of your day and stay safe out there, all right? Peace. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.